Why do some people rise again the moment their lives fall apart and live a completely different life? This question haunts many. Why do others stay in the same place, unable to escape the same recurring problems that keep them tethered to the past? Is what you need to change your life not more effort, but a complete redesign, a reset of your fundamental life structure? We often believe that simply living harder and working more hours will eventually change our lives for the better. However, research into human behavior and success tells us a much more nuanced and surprising story about change. According to extensive studies at Harvard, maintaining existing behavior patterns while increasing effort yields only a 10% gain. This marginal improvement is often not enough to truly transform a life or break free from systemic stagnation. In contrast, those who attempt a reset by changing both their thoughts and their environment see performance double. This doubling of results stems from shifting the very foundation upon which daily actions and decisions are built. Research from MIT confirms that approximately 90% of all human behavior is governed by automated, habitual patterns. Unless these deep-seated patterns are intentionally interrupted and broken, our results will continue to repeat indefinitely. The reason your life remains unchanged is not a lack of effort, but a commitment to the same repeating structure. You are running faster and harder, yet you are still moving within the same narrow and restricted architectural frame. We currently live in an era where the speed of change is unprecedented, yet our personal lives are often static. There is a widening gap between the dynamic nature of our world and the rigid patterns of our individual existence. With an average of 5 hours of daily digital consumption, we find a false sense of security in the familiar. This comfort is an illusion that prevents us from seeing the expansive growth waiting just beyond our routine. OECD statistics show that over 70% of those who do not attempt life changes remain stagnant 5 years later. This lack of movement affects every dimension of life, from economic stability to deep psychological well-being. The real cost of waiting is the silent accumulation of missed potential and the hardening of old, restrictive habits. We often believe we have time, but every day we remain in the old structure makes the reset more difficult. In contrast, those who intentionally alter their environment experience a profound surge in overall life satisfaction. This satisfaction is not accidental. It is the direct result of aligning one's actions with a new, chosen direction. The fundamental problem is not a lack of time, but a failure to choose change over the comfort of repetition. Choosing to change requires a conscious break from the structures that have defined your past and limited your future. Resetting your life is not simply starting over, it is a strategic and intentional act of breaking old patterns. It requires the courage to look at your life as an architect would and decide what must be rebuilt from the ground up. Behavioral science research at Stanford indicates that strong turning points are essential for lasting habit formation. A powerful shift in environment can triple your chances of successfully establishing new and healthier behaviors. A true reset is not a matter of willpower, it is a strategic restructuring of your daily environment and habits. By designing a new structure, you remove the friction that keeps you stuck and create a path for effortless growth. Many people try to improve their current path, but the real secret to transformation is starting a different one. Starting differently means abandoning the familiar to embrace the unknown possibilities that lie ahead of you. We can find profound guidance for this transformation in the teachings of ancient philosophers and traditions. Their insights remind us that the struggle to change is a universal human experience with a long history of solutions. In Buddhism, the path to liberation begins with the act of letting go of all attachments to our past identities. By releasing our grip on who we were, we create the necessary space for who we are truly meant to become. Ancient thinkers taught that real change is not a gradual improvement, but a fundamental shift in one's soul. This shift allows us to see our lives from a higher vantage point and make choices aligned with our highest truth. This is the very essence of a reset, the courageous decision to leave the known behind and begin again. It is an act of self-reclamation where you choose to live according to your own design, not by default or habit. History is filled with great figures who faced a crisis of meaning and chose to completely reset their lives. Their stories serve as a testament to the fact that it is never too late to redefine who you are and how you live. Leo Tolstoy, at the peak of his fame, experienced a profound existential crisis that changed him forever. He questioned the very foundations of his life and chose to abandon his old values for a new philosophical path. He discarded his aristocratic lifestyle and sought meaning in a simple life aligned with his new spiritual insights. His life became a living example of a complete reset, demonstrating the power of a single resolute choice. The lesson from history is clear. True greatness is found not in living better, but in living differently. When we reset, we are not just changing our routine, we are exploring uncharted territories of our own potential. In the modern world, countless individuals are redesigning their lives through career changes and new missions. They have discovered that the power to reinvent oneself is a vital skill for thriving in a rapidly changing world. A career shift is more than a change of job. It is a realignment of one's professional life with their core values. It requires the courage to admit that the old path no longer serves you and to step onto a new one with confidence. Studies continue to show that those who intentionally change their environment report twice the life satisfaction. This happiness comes from the sense of agency that arises when you take control of your own life's narrative. When you align your goals with new behaviors, significant results often manifest within just 1 year. This rapid transformation is proof that structural change is far more effective than mere incremental effort. In our complex modern world, a reset is not just a luxury, it is a fundamental strategy for personal growth. It allows you to transcend your current limitations and create a future that is worthy of your highest potential. To change your life, you must have the courage to stop doing what is familiar and start doing what is necessary. True transformation requires a departure from the old ways to make room for a new, more meaningful existence. Small steps can be helpful, but they cannot replace the need for a total change in your life's basic structure. By changing the structure, you change the destination of your journey and the quality of your entire experience. The key is not to cling to the safety of the past, but to have the courage to choose a bold new direction. This choice is an act of ultimate freedom, where you reclaim your power to shape your own destiny and life. Life transformation is not born from the sheer size of your effort, but from the power of a single decision. One decision, made with complete clarity and conviction, can set you on a path that leads to a totally new life. The first great gain of a reset is the ability to finally recognize and break your old, repetitive patterns. The second gain is the creation of entirely new results, born from your new actions and chosen environments. This is more than a simple change. It is a total rebirth of how you interact with and experience the world. By resetting, you transition from being a prisoner of your past to becoming the architect of your own future. The reset button is not something distant or difficult to find. It is attached to the choice you make right now. Make that choice today and step into the life that has been waiting for you to finally begin anew. For deeper insights or professional inquiries, contact Jongmoon Ko, known as Dr. James Ko, at k9039111988@gmail.com. Life Reset, Personal Development. Search for Life Turning Points or How to Reset Life. What is change? What new start? What are growth? What are life strategy? Thank you.